When do you think the Australian unemployment rate has been the lowest in the last 20 years? In the early 2000s resource boom, maybe? If you thought that, you were wrong. Australia's lowest unemployment rate was actually in September 2021. That's right, in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic, with two of its largest cities in lockdown. That doesn't seem to make any sense, does it? Well, you see, by economic definition, unemployment only occurs when someone is actively searching for at least 1 hour's pay a week. Can you imagine anyone living on 1 hour's pay a week? I certainly cannot. See, that's the problem with the unemployment rate. It can often be a misrepresentation of the actual health of the overall economy. Another problem associated with the unemployment rate is the underemployment rate. Underemployment occurs when someone who has got a job, wants to work more hours. So, for example, someone that's working a 20-hour job would like to be working full-time hours. But how can the government make policy changes to reduce unemployment and underemployment in the economy? Well, I personally advocate for a change in the minimum wage, but not just any change in the minimum wage, an actual increase of 10%. I can already hear the skeptics yelling from the ceiling saying, hang on, that doesn't make any sense. Surely that will increase the unemployment rate. But let me explain. You see, people who are on and around the minimum wage have a higher marginal propensity to consume. And that means for every additional dollar in income, they are more likely to spend and hence reinvest this money into the economy than those of higher income earners. See, if we magnify this effect by the millions of Australians on and around the minimum wage, we would get to really see a benefit in the form of trickle-down economics. Think of it this way. If millions of Australians suddenly receive an increase in their pay, they're going to spend this money. And then small and medium businesses will get an increase in demand, and then they will need to hire more staff to deal with this demand. This staff will then spend their wage, and then that sort of results in a cyclical motion that reduces unemployment in the economy, but also, most importantly, increases standard of living for those people on and around the minimum wage. But there are, of course, drawbacks to increasing the minimum wage. A thing called a dead weight loss can occur. A dead weight loss occurs when the wage is above the market equilibrium, and it is an inefficiency within the economy. Also, trickle-down economics takes a while to be felt in the economy, so the government might have to subsidise the wage increase, so there isn't a large spike in unemployment when the minimum wage is first introduced. But most importantly, there can be significant inflationary pressures. If there is a lot more cash in the economy, then of course prices are going to go up. It is therefore imperative that the RBA and the government work together to achieve the best possible outcome for the Australian people. But at the end of the day, these matters are insignificant compared to the benefits of increasing the minimum wage. Not just on reducing unemployment and underemployment, but also increasing minimum wage and standards of living for the poorest in our society.